So, welcome to the Bender's Corner. I'm Nestor, son Karen.
Karen.
Karen here.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do another episode of, what to do, what not to do with. We're doing weddings. In this case, it's almost like a second part of DIY weddings, where we discuss when to do it, kind of like the principles on why you're doing wedding yourself, instead of looking for a planner or somebody to guide you through the process, right? You're doing planning of the wedding. But it came up to a question of a lot of the vendors. So in this scenario, in this episode, we're gonna do is that we're gonna talk about different aspects of the wedding.
Yep.
And what is a must.
Yes.
What is it can make the wedding better.
Yeah.
What is a luxury item.
Yeah.
And what is a don't do it item.
Don't do. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So before we start, we're gonna say that if you like the content, subscribe. That's very important. All that, subscribe, like, share, follow. That's important for us.
Yeah.
So let's start.
You must, right, have would be on my part that I think you tell me yes I have it on my list or wait we're missing this, right? So DJ, right? You must have a DJ. There's no music, there's no party, right? If you have a DJ, that's your basic. I would say you don't have a band or whatever, but you have a DJ.
Okay, so in the aspect of entertainment,
Yes,
a DJ is a must.
a must. You must have a DJ.
That's your minimum.
Your base. That's your
Right.
base. You need to have your base.
Your DJ is gonna do not only to play this, because there's a lot of confusion in that sense. The DJ is not only gonna play
Music.
dancing.
Yeah.
He's also gonna play your first dance, your
introduction.
intros.
Yeah.
So definitely a DJ is a must. Don't cheap out on the DJ.
No, because if now your DJ doesn't know how to mix, your DJ doesn't bring the right equipment, your DJ.
Well, the fact that he's gonna show up.
Yeah, that's a big
Right?
a big must.
Like if that person's gonna show up is something that I think is important to
Yeah.
to consider when you're talking about, somebody that you actually trust. You give a deposit,
Yes.
and the day of the event he's gonna show.
Yeah. Yeah. So
It's
you need
gonna
to
be-
have that
it's gonna
backstory.
be reliable.
Yes, reliable. That, and I will
Because,
have it on the don'ts. I have it on the don'ts. We'll get back to that. Because if the person is not reliable and you don't have either a good reference or good like something, right? It's either on their page or whatever it is. I would say you need reliability.
Yeah.
That's the word. Now, that's DJ, let's say. We dip into a little bit more.
Definitely.
Photo. You need a
Okay.
photographer.
Photographer.
You don't catch your pictures, then there we are.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's do
Let's
it
go.
again.
So recap. So DJ,
DJ definitely.
definitely. Photographer
Okay.
to capture your day, right? Venue. You need a location, whether it's your backyard or whether it's a place where they're gonna give you everything. If it's a backyard, it's just gonna make it a little bit more complicated. But if it's in a venue, then they're gonna provide you the bar, the tables, the linen, all those things. It just makes it a lot easier. Decor.
Okay.
You need decor, some sort of decor, whether you're doing it or someone's doing it for you. You need either candles or you need books or you need flowers, whatever it is, right? Officiant. If you're not going to a church, then you need an officiant. You need someone to marry you.
Exactly. It's a must to have the officiant because,
Yeah.
especially here, at least here in Canada, you need that officiant to
Yes.
make it legal.
Yes. If you don't do it with the officiant, then you gotta go to the city hall, right? And if you go to the city hall, you pay them and you did a little private thing or whatever. That's what the most they're gonna do in the city hall. Cake. I'm 50-50 on that because right now it's very much of a fashion situation happening that they have those like old style decorated cakes. They're very in right now. So you don't have to go grand, I would say, with the cake, like a 5, 6, tiers of a cake. You can go 2, 3, 4 tiers, something, right? Some people's like, oh, I don't like cakes. Okay, then don't do cakes.
So will you add the cake or to the luxury item? Like I'm curious.
Yeah.
I think like tradition-wise, everybody has a wedding cake.
It's a tradition situation,
So
right?
I
Yeah.
guess if you're doing a regular cake, couple of
2, 3 tiers is
yeah.
fine, no problem.
And something nice and whatever, you have your picture, you cut your cake. There's some traditions, some weddings they actually need to feed the cake.
Yes.
Bride and groom
Yeah.
to each other,
To each
that's
other,
part of
and
the
the
tradition.
toast and the
So
food.
that in that scenario, if that's your culture, definitely you need the cake.
Yeah.
Now, do you need a
10, 6, half a no.
I actually had somebody requested suspend the cake.
Yeah. That's in the luxury.
That's luxury
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, like a swing
But
or
yeah,
upside down
okay.
cake. Upside down cake. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that.
It's a cake that is suspended like in a swing, and it's upside down, literally upside down. Literally like that's luxury.
That's just stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you have a gift box.
Okay.
Where they're gonna put the money, a basket, a box, somewhere. You need that. That's a must.
I'll put it in the groom's
Yeah,
jacket.
it's gonna end up like this at the end.
The groom's jacket. Yeah.
A car, but it will all depend on the venue. Because if everything's happening in the same spot, you may not need a limo to move you around. But if you're gonna have a ceremony in a church, and now you gotta go take pictures, and then you gotta go reception, you need a car, right? If you're doing everything from beginning to end in the same location.
When you mean car, I'm just asking you. When you mean car, you mean like a convertible, something fancy?
It will depend.
Because
You don't need that.
Okay.
You don't need that. That's not a need. That's a want.
You remember that one that we? I think you probably were involved in this one.
Which one?
The
Rolls Royce?
No, the Rolls Royce wasn't going to be.
That's a luxury one.
That's a inside joke.
Yeah.
But
Which one?
There's a bride that came in with horses and stuff. Right?
Oh, that's Salvation. That's very typical too of the like a carriage, and yeah. So that's tradition, right? So Salvation weddings, they do have a lot of like the horse kind of represents good things and good, power and blah blah. So when they come in a carriage and a horse, it's kind of it's a little bit of a luxury for them. Yeah.
That's
Not all
definitely
of
a
them.
luxury.
That is one for sure. You need to hire
it's a live animal.
you need to hire a horse in here. I think it's a luxury in Canada for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Honeymoon. I think a honeymoon or a little escape somewhere or at least a weekend, like something. Like I don't know. I put it in the must. Maybe I'm talking by experience. Sorry, I didn't have a first kind of honeymoon in my first marriage, so maybe that's why. I don't know if that's too personal. You can cut it off if you want to, but yeah, kind of that. Seating chart.
Okay.
Right? It could be frames, it could be a board, it could be something simple. Like it doesn't have to be a grand one, but an easel printout, $80, $100 from Staples, I think it should be something to show people. Or nice frames, doesn't matter, right? And that's it, because that one I'll put it for later. So that's my list of you must. What is your list?
Okay, it's gonna be tough to follow. That I think my must it would be definitely, of course, the venue.
Yeah.
You need that location. That's kind of like number one. Second, you need to have, at least 2 meals for the guests. So
Yeah, okay, that's part of the venue.
Because
Yeah.
you have antipasto. There's so many different things that you not necessarily need it, right? So it's not in a must.
Yeah.
But the food, the alcohol, of course, good bar, the DJ is a must. If your wedding is it has different elements and it's very populated, I think I will include the MC and the must. Even if it's a DJ, they can talk on the mic.
Yeah.
And organize.
Not all DJs do that, so you gotta, yeah.
So that's definitely a must because you're gonna need that person to help you, go over. And I was talking to somebody today about it, and how many times you don't get the MC, somebody jumps in, they start talking on the microphone, and the videographer was in the washroom.
Yes. So no one went and gave them the heads up, right?
So nobody went talking to, hey, we're gonna do this now. You're prepared. So it's live events. Once maybe that person stood there, say what they needed to say, and then it's lost.
It's done. Yeah, you
Well-
can go back on that.
Exactly, right? So you
Yeah.
will never be able to repeat that. So definitely the MC in the must category if you have a lot of things. If you don't, I'm okay to put the MC in the luxury item. That will be something.
Oh, make it nice. That'll be something. Make it nice. It doesn't have to go luxury because
Yeah, it won't make it better. Exactly.
But it will
be
make it
even-
better. It will make it smoother, nicer. That will be my intake of that.
The decor, I would say some sort of arrangement on the centerpiece. I think is a must. You need to separate that event from a regular event. It's your wedding,
It's your
so
wedding,
you need
yeah.
something nice, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
for me, there's the cake. I'm gonna say that at least something.
Some. It could be even
Depending on the
one.
tradition, it's a
little.
must.
Yeah. Like.
And things like seating charts and things like that. I will put it will make it better, in my opinion. I think you can tell your guests on the invitations what table they're sitting. No, there you go. See.
People forget their invitation 95% of the time.
So there you go.
So they get there and they're like lost puppies. Oh, where do I go? Like.
So there you go. So that is something that I'm seeing it from the event producers mindset.
Yeah.
But it's true. People won't have the invitation.
So they're like.
And people
what?
want to forget, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
definitely see. That's why you want to hire experts, and it's the same on the entertainment side of
Yeah.
it. But I think that's my list of the must. I don't think I can. The photographer for sure. Photographer, videographer.
Video is for me, make it better. Like it's still like if you're in a
Okay.
budget situation, right? Your video, okay, like it's there is not maybe okay, maybe yeah, get the video, but then don't go crazy on the decor. Like because if you gotta work the budget, right? But it is for
Definitely.
me, it's in the middle. Like the videographer, I would say for me is in the middle. Photo for sure. That is like something like
You're a little bit more old school, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess for me, photos these days, if you think about maybe 5 years ago, I would say the pictures would have been
like
the go-to.
yeah.
We live in an era of reels.
That is true. Yeah, but now remember.
Nobody posts pictures anymore.
Okay, but now remember,
Yeah.
there's a content creator going out there charging millions of dollars for going and creating content for your Instagram and your Facebook on your wedding day. They get paid more than a planner, and they're just there to take videos.
Okay.
So, and that for me is a luxury. It's in my list of
That's
luxury.
a luxury.
That
for
is a
sure.
luxury for sure. Like that.
Okay, but yeah, I would say get both. I think, photo and video these days are kind of married,
They go together nicely.
and I think companies will offer you both.
But sometimes, and let me tell you, because I saw 2 weeks ago, give or take, in a wedding, downtown Toronto, a videographer and a photographer fighting in front of the bride and groom. They exchange it 3 or 4 words. You're in my shot. You get out of my this. Because they were not the same company.
Yeah, when they're not the same company,
Yeah.
definitely that's an issue.
No, I wouldn't recommend that, honestly.
And you want. I work in that environment
Yes.
and I know how it is.
It made it very-
You are recording
Yeah.
and you could ruin the photo. Like the idea for them to work together.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, that was a very tense
good
one.
videographer will know that that's a good moment for a photo, and vice versa, and they will complement each
Yeah,
other and
yeah.
help each other
Yeah.
accomplish that.
Yeah.
So definitely that's my must.
Okay.
Now we move from the must to we will make it better.
Yes, so make it better. Singers, entertainment of any sort will make it better, right? Now, in that, and there's a very fine line, I would say. Of course, let's call this oyster serving girl going around. That's a luxury on my end, I would feel, right?
Okay.
But violinist, harpist, I don't know, sax player during cocktail hour or something. That's a trio,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Something like that. That's something I would say maybe in my budget of my head that's something that will actually make it nice, like very, very nice. It will make it better, right? Now, photo booth. It could be a regular photo booth, or it could be a 360. Yeah, that will make it better. And if it comes with printouts, oh my God, everybody's gonna be hitting that photo booth because they're taking something, right? Now you're not giving them a little piece of chocolate to go home, right? Who's now is that's not the people. Okay, chocolate. Okay, thank you. Things that they can show, right? That's something nice. So that come back again. Gift per person. Don't spend $10, $20, $5 on an olive oil thingy. I don't know what else have you seen lately. Have you seen olive oil, chocolates, honey,
maple
to make it sweet?
Here, Canada, maple.
Everybody has honey. It's okay, guys. Don't. We don't need honey.
Well, that's a cute thing, I guess.
It's Instagrammable. That's what it is.
And I guess you're trying to give something away. I don't see. Not all the weddings will give something.
No.
And that's also very old school, in my opinion.
They're doing donations now. Donation. So we're not giving you nothing, but in that sense, whatever money we had to give you, we're gonna donate it to whatever we're thinking we want to donate it to fundraiser, cancer, whatever they want, right?
Okay.
So it's a donation center type of. For me, a planner, which in this case is on my list, will make it better.
Yeah.
Why? You have your cousin, you have your sister. Yeah, she'll be there for the beginning part of it. She'll know everybody. That is true, and it's key people that you would need as a planner, as a little helper. I call them little helpers, right? So the aunt from the the parent side, or the sister that knows everybody in the bridal party. Those are your regulars, your go get me that person because they know, right? But as a planner, when you're a neutral person, it's like, oh wait, the planner's coming. Wait, let me, kind of they listen a little bit more. Hey, no, I need you here. Come, right? Always in a nice way.
Yeah.
But I feel it will make it better, smoother.
Okay.
We see the things not in that moment with passion in our heart or with the emotions of everything. We are there to work. So we're following an agenda. We're looking at this. We're looking at that. That maybe your sister is looking for her drink. Or her boyfriend.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's professionals to do the professional work.
Yeah,
that's definitely the scenario. I agree.
Printed menus. Okay.
So nice.
Just they're nice, pretty, picture purposes.
Yeah.
They'll make it better. Okay, sure. Oh, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna eat so I can pace myself. That's what your guests think when they see the menu, right? That's it. How much could that cost? Like it increments. Right, because it's added to the. Sometimes they put it in the package with the printed invitations that you sent. It's kind of a package deal for the stationery is called, right? So it's your invitation is sometimes your menu, sometimes your table numbers, your seating chart. They make it to your bar sign. So it's kind of a package deal. If that package deal is inside your budget, then of course, by all means, it'll make it better. It'll make it look nice all together, all nice, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Statement seating charts. So there's a seating chart, which is an easel, simple, plain, one board, done. Now we're talking from seating chart to seating chart. Now we're doing half a wall with flowers on the side and some candles, and they're in standing free wall. That costs you over $600 to $800.
Yeah, and then not to mention that's going to be in a foyer area that people won't be there
forever. That's like a 2-second, let me go find my name, done. Yeah. That's it. Which makes it better.
Makes it better for sure.
100%. Yeah. I'm not, killing those vendors, no.
Yeah.
But it's in that middle part, right? The luxury cake. Now we're talking about a 6-7, a little bit with flowers and
That is your make it better list?
That's in my make it better list because you already have, let's say that we already have the cake, some sort of cake. Now this one, if you now make it a statement piece right next to the bride and groom, it's there. It makes it better. Right?
Yeah.
But not an upside down cake. That's luxury.
Okay.
Right? That's
I disagree, but
okay.
I will say my part.
Then I put backdrops, right? So creating corners for people to take pictures. That's for me in between also make it better or luxury because that's really nothing.
Almost like a step and repeat.
Step and repeat situation. That's just a little bit like that. And then So when you use and when you do your ceremonies in the same location, let's say, and you do a backdrop just for the ceremony and then a backdrop for the bride and groom, okay, it makes it better. It's different backdrop for the pictures. Okay, sure, but can you reuse it? I would say reuse it.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
not?
yeah.
Right? Like you're saving some money in there. Just make sure that they move it or whatever it is. Right?
Okay.
That's it. That's my list.
Okay. For me, again, from the I agree almost in every category that you say there. I will definitely understand that will make the event better.
Yeah.
I think for me, believe it or not, I kind of was battling between this, but depending on your crowd, I think if you have a band, it will make it better. It won't be a luxury, in my opinion, because, and I'll give you my reasoning. Again, it depends on your crowd, depends on what kind of music you like. For instance, if you can the DJ play that kind of music, of course you will be able to play it, but having the element of the live band, if your crowd was very want to be engaged in a live environment, I think the band will make the event way better.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not saying have a band, don't have a DJ, because that's not what I'm saying. Majority of events can offer a package which includes that when the band's not playing, you have a DJ.
Yeah. So you gotta let them rest too, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, they have
they
to.
need to do a couple of breaks, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that is something that I was surprised. I was debating, but I think it will make the event better. Again, no, all the crowds are for live bands.
Yeah.
There's if you're very into house and Euro, and if they won't care for a live band scenario.
No.
But if you are if you like country and rock and those sort of things, R&B, a band will be pretty cool, and then you have pretty cool bands, that they can do something very nice, and they will not only play, well, they're actually entertaining the crowd and engaging with the crowd. So I think that will make the band better. One is a luxury for me. The band is when you have a 12-piece band.
Yeah, you
don't need a 12-piece band. You don't need every single. You don't need a band that has a 4-piece of horns.
Or like that other wedding, the Jewish wedding.
Right.
The choir, that we did, remember?
Exactly.
The one,
right.
So that's
that is well, that band alone was like $100,000.
They came from New York.
So that's a different story. But nevertheless, if you get a band, they can do your typical 4, 5, 6 musicians.
Yeah.
Why not? If your crowd is for that. Again, if it depends on the kind of music that you like. The violinist that you were saying, I agree 100%. It will make it better. You're trying to get some good transitions for cocktail hour or dinner. And this is when I think people won't use these musicians better, because now if you have a violinist or a harp player or whatever it is, try to make it for when it's better to allocate that musician. Cocktail hours, people are just talking. People
so you don't need other type of music.
Won't care for who is playing, and it's nice to have depending on the event that you're your crowd again. But maybe for dinner, maybe for your first dance, something live is something that it might be cool to have. So that is definitely, it will make it better. A photo booth, in my opinion, is a luxury item.
Okay.
Because you already have a photographer.
Yeah.
You already have video, let's say.
Yeah.
Having people taking drone pictures of themselves without the bride and groom makes no sense. I don't think it actually build any purpose. It's almost like you giving your guests something to do.
Yes.
While something else is happening.
Yeah. But
and then for me, disengage with the reality. Now, if you're telling me that in that photo booth scenario, you're gonna take pictures with the bride and groom. Then you're gonna, do something nice.
Yeah.
If the bride and groom have some sort of idea or where, or receive a picture or every single copy of whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because
they can do a book.
They
or
do
whatever.
a book. Nowadays, what they do is they do a book for the bride and groom of all the pictures their guests took, and then the guests get to take the other copy.
Yeah.
Right. So you get a copy as a guest, and then the bride and groom gets a copy.
I seen something pretty cool. I actually posted in my DJ Nesta Instagram, which I think is pretty cool. Which is a new thing that's happening here in Toronto. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but you have this portrait photographers.
Okay.
So basically, instead of having a photo booth, almost like an operator, just stand there, put the stupid hat or whatever it is.
That's true. It's ugly hats.
You have a professional portrait photographer.
Okay.
And it gives you the pictures. It can give you the pictures at the moment. I think that this is a company that offer this.
Yes.
Have a nice backdrop
That's
and
what I was
take
gonna say.
professional pictures.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah,
That
cool.
is something that I saw and I'm like, I will have that.
Yeah.
Because it's a different element. The photo booths too, but I don't know. I'm not against photo booth.
But then this ones that you're saying they do it at the beginning. Right? That's a difference.
Well, it can happen. It can happen. I think these people come and you book them for an hour or something. It's like a photo booth.
It's like a photo booth. Photo booths typically are like what, 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, give or take. Like that after main typically comes out, right?
And mind you, me thinking as a DJ, or these things are distractions from people from away from dancing.
Yes.
And I don't like that, right?
Yeah,
we want to
but
have that.
The crowd, they're dancing.
Right?
Yes.
So don't try to overlap too much things unless you have a 500 people wedding and
you need to
whatever.
Yeah,
you need to do something about it. But the photo booth, I'm not a fan. I think it's overrated, in my opinion.
They're charging a lot.
And especially that stupid 360.
Oh God.
You get that video. Okay.
It takes forever. Yeah. No, and it takes forever. It takes so much space from wherever you are. So you do have to consider at least 10 feet. From front, side, and everywhere, because the thing goes around, it takes a lot of your space, right? So it just becomes now.
I will say everything else that Karen says, I agree with her. I'm not gonna get much into it. I think that's my make it better scenarios. Now we go to luxuries.
Okay, so luxuries. I have performers.
Okay.
Right? So now you're talking about your ballet dancers, your what's it called, the girls from the ceiling, Airless, Silk, right? The Cirque du Soleil people coming up and down. Like that's for me a luxury, right? Yeah. Next one will be personalized letters from, let's say, the bride and groom, a logo created, blah blah blah, that goes in every single cup of everybody, or they're coming from the bar. Right? Okay. But everybody knows you're getting married. For what they need their initials on every single cup? At the end, it just turns into a waste. Okay, picture. That's it.
Right.
That for me, I think it turns into a luxury, really.
Okay.
Ice sculptures.
Okay.
Okay. Depends on whether they're either with food. Let's call. Okay. So the caviar station with some vodka. It is a luxury to have that station, right?
Yeah.
But you do need the ice sculpture to present it. So it turns into that. The luge, where they put the alcohol runs down, it comes out and you drink it. It passes through the ice, right?
Yeah.
That's a luxury too.
Yeah.
Right now they're costing over $500. More than that, I believe, because plus delivery or this or that, right?
Yeah.
Rigging flowers from the ceiling. Or rigging anything in general.
For what it matters.
For what it matters is rigging, right?
Yeah.
Points, this, that, how much it costs to connect, if the weight, the whole mumbo jumbo of that. Rigging anything. It could be a piano, it could be an airless, it could be whatever you want to rig, right?
Yeah.
Rented chairs. I feel.
I agree with you in that one.
Has become a luxury item.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like the chairs from the venue, you're gonna take a hit.
Yeah.
Because that is costing a lot. After pandemic, let me tell you, they are trying to either get all the money, but the price went up considerably, like a lot. So that's for me, honestly. Gelato bars. Any outside vendor that is not part of your vendor, sometimes they will charge you. Venue facility, not venue, sorry. Oh my lord, what's it called? They will charge you.
Yeah, like a venue
cleaning fee or venue
something
fee
because the venue needs to make some kind of money
out of you to clean the other vendor what they're bringing.
Yeah.
So make sure you check that out.
And that we discussed that in our first video about when we were talking about the venue. That's very important for you to know that. That's why we say overall picture, because whatever you decide, if you do really want this particular vendor to come, and now you're running into a problematic venue that won't allow that, it will put you all the things in the world just to charge you more money.
Yeah, 100%. So that comes in the gelato, the coffee, the pizza with ovens, and all those extra vendors. You know, the food truck outside that they do sometimes, right? So those champagne towers. What is it with people with the freaking champagne towers? They don't even like champagne, but they need to have a champagne tower. For what?
Yeah.
Because it's Instagrammable?
Yeah, I guess, definitely agree 100% with that as well.
Plexi bar signs. You know those cute little signs? Like, those are a one-time use, eh? Unless you're going to put them as decor in your house. What else are you going to do with it?
I'm just going to make a quick pause and talk about a couple of things that I just want to bring down because we move forward. But there's two things. The audiovisual, you must have.
Yes.
You must have the sound. You must have the lights. You must have at least those two elements. The lights will, if you have a venue that has a lot of pin lights, you can do table lights, go for it. And the sound, of course, you need the DJ to
play the music. Right?
So those two are important. Sorry.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I was thinking in my must, it will make it better. Sorry.
Okay.
The vinyl wrapping, I like it. The vinyl wrapping is in my. It will make it better because it brings a different vibe to the hall.
But it's in that line of 50-50 luxury, because it's not cheap. So it's like, yes, it will make it better, but it's still it's like 80-20 on luxury.
That is in my make it better, because I think it's a pretty cool way of personalizing your space.
But now you have to do a logo, right? Or last time I saw a very nice phrase. Sugar, what was it? Let's start the night by taking our shoes out and kill it on the dance floor. That was the phrase that they put. They didn't put their logo. They didn't put their names. It was a nice, catchy phrase that it was a dance floor, right?
Okay.
And it was vinyl. It was very cute. Very, very cute. Very cute.
So that's just to make those points are important. Just go back to the luxuries.
Evening dress change. Brides changing their dresses 2-3 times. I think that's a luxury. You know how much they cost? The minute you said that you need a dress for your wedding, it went up immediately. If it's white, sugar.
Yeah.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
So now you gotta change it? I think that's a luxury.
Okay.
Yeah. Sparklers.
Okay.
It's like the little,
the sparklers.
The sparklers with dry ice.
Yeah.
For me, that's a luxury. It would be nice to have it, but it's still a luxury. You don't need it.
Sparklers is definitely a luxury. Dry ice, it will make it better.
Yeah, but you have to pay.
Yeah, but the dry is not that expensive.
Oh, okay, then I don't know. Maybe I have not asked for the price lately. Yeah.
Dry is not that expensive.
Okay. But
it's a simple machine. The sparklers, the problem with sparklers are that there's a lot of people renting them cheap, but they're dangerous. Because it's a cold sparkler. You need to make sure that it's actually, because it used to be hot sparklers.
Yes. Now you can put your hand on it.
And people, there are videos. You can Google this. Right? There's videos of venues burning.
Yeah. The backdrop.
Seconds.
Yeah, the backdrop will catch fire and everybody's out.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's the same with, a lot of people don't know this, but you have the core company. and they have drape. Those drapes
Yeah.
are in most cases are actually fire cold.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different things that you need to. If you're buying with the right vendor, you should be okay. But there's a lot of things that people don't want to understand. Oh, well, why that drape so expensive, right? Because it is expensive.
It is, yeah, exactly.
And then you need to the velour drape. You need to dry clean it.
Yeah, exactly.
And if, especially in a wedding, it's not that you're looking for a black velour drape. You're looking for white and cream and this.
All the colors.
So they get dirty.
Yeah.
And then you have to clean it, and it's a lot of different things, a lot of costs for this vendor. So that's not cheap, and that's definitely in the luxury.
Yeah, that's luxury. This is my draping. Draping is right there.
Yeah.
So same day edits.
Definitely luxury.
That's a luxury.
That's definitely.
You gotta have someone there in a computer after everything has happened. Before typically after main, they play the same day edit. But
Yeah,
you have
not to
person.
mention that now you need to add more elements to your audiovisual.
Yeah.
Because now you need the screens
Yeah.
to project and a projector to show
To
the
show.
same day edit.
Yeah.
So if you had a venue where you just had sound and lights, now you need to have a different component, which is just to put the video, which is going to cost you more money. So it's definitely a luxury. I don't think a screen on a wedding is necessary at all. I've seen people want to put their monograms or put that. This an element is a visual element that you don't need.
No.
And it won't make your event better.
No.
So it's definitely a luxury.
Yes.
It's something that you want because you want it. So don't do it. The same day edit, a lot of people will throw it at you. The videographers will throw it as something extra. Be careful because now you're gonna pay more money. There are people that really like that kind of thing, which is fine, but it's a luxury. You need to pay more money for that, and it's not only going to increase the bill for the videographer, but also is going to increase the audiovisual bill.
Yeah, it's 2 bills in one, pretty much. Trees in a room. And this is part of the decor.
I really like decor in general. I think decor in general is a luxury. There's certain things you need.
Yes.
You need a centerpiece.
Yes.
You need a bride and groom's backdrop for the head table.
That's it. That's what you need.
Linen, you can go with the linen.
From the in-house.
From the in-house.
Yeah.
Chairs, you can go with the chairs of the in-house.
You think you're gonna remember?
And that's what kind of like the core sits in actual must.
Yes.
But the rest is luxury. Now, I'll tell you, those trees are amazing. I think they're
beautiful.
Amazing.
Especially different. There's the trees that look like a tree, like they actually brought a tree. There's the cherry blossom ones. They make it look nice, and plus the lighting now that you get from the venue, let's say.
Yeah.
It just makes it look.
I would say I actually agree with you 100% your list. I think that big for me, decor in general.
Yeah.
The more you want to mask, the more you want to decor, the more money it's going to cost you.
More luxury.
Those trees look amazing, but maybe you don't need them. Maybe if you're looking for that vibe, you're trying to bring that vibe into a banquet hall, maybe trying to get a venue that already has a lot of trees. Maybe do a day wedding. I don't know. It really depends.
You cannot get a venue that has trees inside.
No, inside. That's what I'm saying. You maybe get a venue that has trees, and maybe you get an outdoor wedding. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see. It's to make it 100% outdoor.
Exactly, right?
Well,
Maybe
that has their bounds as well, right? Because then you gotta have Plan B, and we're saying a different thing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that definitely it's a luxury, and they're definitely gonna have to pay more money. The rigging, that's a luxury.
Yeah.
Don't do it. The rigging is first you need to make sure that what you're rigging is actually can be rigged.
Yeah, it's riggable.
and you need to understand that there's two worlds. It's a decor world where they say, "Oh, I do it all the time. Don't worry. I own those chandeliers all the time. Nothing happened." And then you have a chandelier that maybe has like one of those eye hoods or whatever, and you know that can fall anytime, right? So they're gonna tell you that they do it all the time, and then if the AV company or the rigging company is serious, won't allow it.
Yeah.
They need dimensions, weight, because it's important to make sure that if if it is what kind of for chandeliers you have what kind of power.
You need power.
So many different layers.
The little pieces of let's say the crystals or whatever, they have to be properly secure. It's not just any, because there's wind in the top, right? There is the AC of the venue.
And then you have and then the draping is another element. You want 20 feet of drape, and they have these little bases. Guess what? The minimum wind you have that's gonna blow, and if they don't have the proper weights and the proper security and the proper basis for the kind of height that you're going, it's gonna be a disaster.
Or even, because it did happen, remember one time, it was not the venue's fault, but it was a guest tripping in the unsecure draping and making the drape fall into someone, and we had to call 911.
Because now you're overcrowding
the space,
and then on top of that you have a table and 10 chairs, and then you have a base here and a drape and uplights and stuff, and then people need to sit. People need to. So that's a big problem. Don't overcrowd your space. Try to make it nice, and there's ways that you can get away with making it nice. And if you have you're in the border of the table capacities.
Yeah.
Maybe try to find a different arrangement for that, because at the end of the day it might become a problem. I will say. Definitely the luxury. I think you said one that I wanted. They had a comment. Let me see.
Ice sculptures.
Oh yeah, ice. Any food. Any food upside. I remember.
Yeah.
Any food upside your first course, your main,
and your dessert.
And your dessert is a luxury.
Yeah.
Anything that you add, the antipasto. All that is going to be a luxury.
Your late nights.
Yeah, late nights.
Like, okay, you can have, and that's in between also a luxury, and then we'll make it better, right? I would feel. You can have a sweet and a salty. Okay, but don't go sweet, salty, and this, and the city.
I've seen some cool late nights. They're like, you think, I've seen like Krispy Kreme late night station. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I see McDonald's.
McDonald's drop is nice.
Which is.
Pizza. I like pizza. I like the pizza station. I like the pizza station. Nice.
Well, we, as vendors, we are not necessarily, when somebody serves the plate.
We're not there.
We're not there. We're doing speeches. We're doing this. We're doing that. So we never eat. So at the end of the day, something from the late night can save the day for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So definitely it will make it better. But I remember.
Yes.
The rigging for aerialists, and you said the champagne pour.
The tower.
The champagne pour.
Yeah.
Is something that is less expensive than people might think, but you need to consider the champagne or your sparkling.
Well, also if the venue will permit you or give you, or is it part of your package? Because that's the other thing too.
Exactly.
Right?
If you have the champagne.
They're like, oh, it's there in the venue. Okay, no, wait. Where is your? If you have a sparkling toast, that's going under sparkling toast, but it's not going. It's either or, right? They don't give you both options. You have to check.
But the one that definitely like that's Cirque du Soleil
situation.
That is in not in a luxury category. What was our last category?
Don't
do it.
Don't do it.
For a wedding, you don't need that.
No.
For the wedding, you don't need to bring your car in. Not even. I don't care if you have a Rolls Royce, a Ferrari.
You
don't need that. That's just stupid.
Yes. That was our wedding. We did a wedding like that.
You don't need a 12-piece band.
No.
You don't need a beachy. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
You don't need the greatest DJ of earth, because guess what? It's not the DJ's concert.
Yeah.
It's not Tomorrowland. It's your wedding.
Exactly.
So we play for you. Yeah. So when you have a DJ that's all flashy, wants to be in the center of attention.
Yeah, I need a stage. I need
that is not.
This is not
what you want. That is, don't do it.
Yeah. What else? What else you have?
For me, the screens are don't do it.
The screens.
The same day edit.
If you were gonna, but the thing is, if you're gonna do a same day edit, then you need the screens. It kind of goes together, right? But if you got nothing, then for what are you gonna do the screens? To do a logo? Like that's ridiculous. Like
Okay.
on my end, right? Okay. So I have, again, when a planner side, this is like a tip type of situation. Don't overspend on your dress. For women, I'm sorry. You're gonna use it one day.
Oh, I have one. I want a luxury item. That the new trend of the groom's pictures inside the suit.
Oh yes, so they make it personalized.
That is
Yes.
pretty cool, but
Yeah.
that's definitely a luxury.
It is a luxury.
I won't say don't do it. I think,
But
that's-
it's just a
if you have the money,
By
that's
all
pretty
means,
cool.
yeah,
I will
that's-
do it like.
Well, in the dress, it will be the same situation too. If
Yeah.
you have the money to spend it and you want to, fine, by all means. But I don't know. For me, it's like a 50-50.
If
Like
you buy your own tuxedo, if you think about you're gonna actually wear that tuxedo ever
Again?
in your life,
no.
unless you are a filmmaker and you want to attend the Oscars.
I don't
think you can need a tuxedo.
Yeah,
You can rent it, right?
You can rent
that's
it, yeah,
definitely a luxury.
Yeah. The shoes, that's also for me like a thing. Okay, it's a picture situation. The red bottom ones, right? That's okay. Are you gonna wear those shoes again? If you're gonna wear them 100%, then buy them. That's fine,
Yeah.
right? But if not, then
So there's a delicate situation because I think that's what the brides want to spend more money
yeah,
with the dress and stuff. So
yeah.
I won't make any comments.
And then let me see. Let a family member make your wedding cake.
Okay, that's a personal thing.
Don't do that. I don't think so. Unless that family is a pastry chef.
Yeah.
Or like that will be the only I would say because you don't want your I don't know, I don't want to say this person or that person, but I don't think that's the right way to go. You don't know what can happen, what food cross contamination. You don't want to. I don't see that. Why risk it? Why risk it? I don't know.
Okay, so that's a don't do it for Karen.
No.
Okay.
Gas candles.
Okay.
We have moved out of those gas candles, thank God. It used to have, now is the little that looks like sand, right? Which is a little bit more safe, by the way. They are good. They're safer than the other ones that are like the typical ones. What do you call that? Cera.
Yeah, the wax.
The wax, there we go. Sorry, I forgot the word. The wax ones, right? So they have the little pebble ones, but the gas ones, they make your space smell like a gasoline station, and they can blow. Cause
Can I say something about that?
Yeah.
Like there's the flowers. I think don't overdo it with flowers.
yeah.
I think flowers, and I don't want to sound weird, but where I come from, that smell, the freshly cut flowers, it means to smell like cemetery.
Funeral. It is a funeral for some people, but I don't know.
So
yeah.
I arrive to venues,
And you're like,
I'm like, oh my god.
I like flowers, so
You
I'm
know,
with
the
him.
flowers in the sense of decor, yes, but there's sometimes they have a bunch of flowers and you smell like that's a child trauma that I have.
I think so.
But don't overdo it with the flowers.
Not like nice flowers. It's okay. Don't also think next day, buy flowers. It's a one-time use, right?
No, definitely.
Yeah, that's like it comes in that in between of a luxury in my end as well, right? But yeah, have some flowers. Why not? It is a celebration.
I will say in the don'ts, and it's more like a personal opinion because it's something that I see all the time, is with brides and grooms when they're renting these centerpieces and things like that for decor. Then at the end of the night, they're the poor bride and groom are picking these things up and collecting and collecting and collecting. So they're tired. They're probably
Drunk.
like well, if they're drunk, they're having a good time. They're not gonna be collecting anything.
They like, but leave it.
But
Like
I think it's better if you do something simple that you can forget
Yeah.
than after being worried of picking up the bases
yeah. Making sure that
because
no one takes it.
because you need to return them.
Yeah, no.
So that's a more like an advice. I would say don't do it. Don't go crazy. Just because you want to turn away, but you're gonna rent everything, and then at the end of the day, you're gonna be like, oh my God, where's this? Right?
You need cars at the end of the night to put all the stuff. That's a wedding planner.
That's cars.
I always ask those questions when I'm with my couples. I'm like, guys, who's going home with what? Do we have space? And this is before we even.
When I got married, I drove.
From your.
I think I drove, and I think a friend drove me.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I was not that drunk. My wife was the one.
Little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was in that car was me, the gift box, and my wife.
That's it. That's all I need.
I didn't care about anything else.
The other thing would be place cards for everybody. I think that's too much. If you have a family table, okay. If you want to divide your families and put everybody, so then your mom, your dad, or the mother-in-law and this have the best seats on the house, yeah. Okay, those are fine for my end, right? But place cards for everybody? I don't think so. That's like, don't do it for what? Waste of money that you have to print. You gotta get it from the stationery, right? So it matches everything. And now, if you don't have a planner, who's gonna set all that up?
Yeah.
Right? So I don't see why the reason on that end, honestly.
Okay, so you have more?
I have... No, that's it. Because then the other ones we covered already.
Okay, so that's kind of like the majority of the scenarios we cover are related to vendors and situations, but more vendors than actually doing so. I think in situations, if you were to sum it up, what is a big don't do it that you see that is a waste of money, it's a waste of time to do something kind of like extra in the sense of no more like hiring an extra vendor, but more like a big don't into that agenda arrangement or what the bride and groom can okay, I'll give you an example. I think that would be the best way to for me to explain it. I don't think you need 12 speeches.
Oh no, please God, just make them 3. Like, you want to dance.
Ideal scenario will be you have a toast, a grace, depending on your culture and your religion.
You do it together. You do a welcome and a toast and let's eat.
Then you have father, mother of both bride and groom.
Yeah.
Father, daughter dance, son, mother dance.
Yes, that's nice. Yeah.
Couples.
Speech.
That's
it. Call it.
Dancing.
That's it. Because if not, you're gonna dance at 11 o'clock.
Now you can really add, if you have to, you can really add maid of honor, best man
together. And pasta course or salad course, whatever.
But then when you start siblings it becomes
it's too much. People like you think your coworkers want to hear about the time that you.
Not only that. I think it would be more than like. What's the point?
That's what I'm saying. Or really long speeches from the parents. After 5 minutes, they don't want to hear you anymore.
Well, that's a rule.
That's just
of communication.
Yeah, like 5
People
minutes,
lose interest.
they lose you. That's it.
But yeah, I think that's for me. Try to keep it as consistent as possible.
Yep.
Don't try to reinvent the wheel with. Oh, I don't want to have this music or that music. People say wedding. People want wedding music.
Yeah, variety, the most hits ones, whatever the year you're getting married.
People are not gonna hit the Twist at home.
Yeah.
They're not gonna hit YMCA at home.
Yeah, that's
that's what they're hearing.
Yeah,
that's kind of like the.
There's some songs though that they're getting a little bit of like, okay, don't play them no more.
Listen, if it hits in a bad scenario for you, like, definitely don't do it.
Look, like if I would be a bride and groom coming to you as a DJ, I would say, you know what? Let's not play that song that he knows that reminds me of my ex.
No, definitely.
That will be the thing I would share. I said, you know what? I don't like this song. Don't put it on.
Yeah.
Right? That's something that will save from a conflict later on, I would say. Right? Like.
No, definitely.
That's what I would think.
Definitely. Right? Definitely, that's something that I agree. And I think that's that's it. Like the must, then we'll make it better.
Yeah.
The luxuries and don't do it.
Yeah.
This is our opinion.
Yeah.
If we miss something, let us
Please.
know. We'll write it down
Yeah,
and
well.
maybe say how we missed that.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But again, we're not trying to tell you that our way is right. It's like what we see day to day, and you know, if you want to have a successful event, just why not listen to people that are in these environments all the time, right?
We're doing it every
for you
single
guys,
day.
it's one wedding. For us is another one.
How many?
And not discrediting that it's your wedding. We're gonna give you the 110% for sure.
Yeah.
So definitely that is that. Any closing remarks on your behalf?
No, on my behalf, I think I said a lot this time. Yeah.
That's good. She said a lot.
I said a lot.
So again, we're gonna put.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Change of shoes. If you're bringing those shoes for they look pretty, please bring a change of shoes. We don't want to see you walking like a flamenco or with no shoes at the end of the night.
What happened with those sandals? There were some.
The ones that they give,
used to give
yeah.
away.
So it's very much last year to be doing the flip flops.
We're gonna do one where we'll give you some cool ideas, things that maybe I think there's a lot of different ways that you can bring. Or things that we used to do in the past, that why not bring them back because they actually were good.
Yeah.
And also cultural things, like maybe in our cultures, maybe well, for us was more calm. You go to church, then you eat, drink, and dance.
And dance.
You don't speak. Nobody speaks. Nobody needs to hear anything.
Nothing.
We just go and dance, right?
Yeah.
So there's some cool ideas there that we're gonna be bringing. But I think that's it for this one.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, everything. You guys are familiarized with the deal. Till the next one.
Out.